remember most about this situation is it's still shocking to have someone be empatheticless and compassionless, and then they gift wrap your abduction like they're trying to help you, when in all actuality, they're trying to confine you and put you in a box and keep you captive here. And so I was told last night that if I took down some of the videos that I've posted about this situation, that I could continue to stay here. Well, this morning, this situation has spiraled out of control. This is day 10 that I've been put in this situation where I do not know whether I am going to die on the streets. And it's frustrating because I'm trying to do the right things. I'm also trying to set boundaries. But if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, you know that you cannot set boundaries with a narcissist. The fucker's been inside watching me the whole time I was on live this morning. And when I went inside, all of a sudden he's pissed. Imagine being fucked with and disrespected so much that your basic needs don't even get met. And then the person that's mistreating you then has a problem with you expressing the fact that you don't get to eat and get... He just cut the Wi-Fi off on me. So I'm going to have to open the door and set you out here. And now be loud. Not by choice. I have a job to do. So, this is what I'm saying. He saw me on live right now. He's inside that house. He's mad that I'm running my mouth. So he cut the Wi-Fi off. So we're going to pack right now. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, and we're never coming back. And that was my plan 2 years ago when I left here. But for those that don't know, I lost my truck because of internet trolls. They called and got me fired from my job. I lost my truck, and I've been faced with no choice but to come back here. So let's pack. And actually, he said if I would stop filming and shut up, then I could stay here. That's not an option. My career is more important. So anyways, yeah. I need a sweater. Shirt. 6-7 days ago when I started going through this, I should have just packed everything then. But the stress of all of these attorney's appointments, court dates, and everything that I have going on from, hey, Derry, Robin. Yeah, I know. Ain't it crazy, Rock Dreams? It's just like, or RC Dreams. This is what I told y'all was going to happen. You are not allowed to have peace when you're around a narcissist. They drain the life out of you. They want to. They want what they want. They want you to behave the way that they want you to behave. And if you don't, they're going to make your life an absolute living hell. So he says, oh, you can stay as long as you shut your mouth and stop filming. So this was not to help me. This was to cover up sex trafficking. They want me to shut up, the whole family. His daughter, his ex-wife, his son. They're all scared about the legacy that their piece of shit father is leaving behind. And it just so happens that I'm the only living victim of these crimes. So it's up to me to speak out for all victims that have been victims of his. You understand? I'm the only one left. The only one alive. They're all dead. In jail. State mental facilities. No one but me has a success story. Yeah, definitely trying to silence me. Hey, AJ. Anita, good morning. Cecil. Reidsville's a shithole. It's even worse. Yeah, so it's crazy because yesterday, remember I went in there and I said, hey, why did you cut off the Wi-Fi? Right? And he did. He cut off the Wi-Fi. I said, why did you cut off the Wi-Fi? He said, I don't know. It must be acting up. Last night when I got home from my appointments, he said, oh, the Wi-Fi's back on now. He literally went in his bedroom. He cut it back on. And then he says the Wi-Fi's back on. This is a grown-ass motherfucking adult. Do you understand my dilemma? I could never. I would never play games. I don't give a fuck if it was my boyfriend that I caught cheating on me. I would never play these types of games. This is what my daily life is like when it comes to everything. Everything's a game to him. I don't play games. Do you know what this does to someone who doesn't play games? It's enough to drive them certifiably insane. It is. The constant gaslighting, The constant victim blaming, the constant, blaming, shift blaming, the passive aggressiveness. If you don't play those games and you're around somebody that does, it's not good for your psyche. It's the worst thing. Look at me. I got to get out of here. I've not been myself for how many days? A week and a half since I've been here. It's poisoning me. It's literally killing me. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but today's the day that we're going to do it. I can't take it no more, okay? And I'm not going to shut up, especially when I literally said a while ago, I said, listen, you don't understand. You came in here antagonizing me when I was in a great mood. I said, I came in here to make breakfast. I was going to take off on my bike and leave for the day. But no, you have to come in here and you have to start something because it just makes you feel good. You feel like you're entitled to upsetting me. And in all actuality, thousands of dollars. And that's what I told him. I said, because I talked to another attorney about suing him for all this money. So, and a payment plan. And so that's what I told him. I said, I'm glad that you're bringing up, because he brought up something about the hospital. And I said, I'm glad you're bringing that up because as it just so happens, my attorney was able to find that record too through the hospital. I said, they've been collecting records all over town. I said, because I am thinking about suing you. We're talking about $250,000. That's my life savings. How much money did I make in 17 years of stripping? There's $80,000 in one bank account. It's an interest account, a Roth IRA. That's not to mention the money for the trailer, the money for the land. Imagine somebody robbing you, taking everything. All your blood, sweat, and tears that you put into building a future for yourself is stolen by someone who says that you constantly owe them money for bond from 2009. Whew. And you finally escape this person, and then the economy gets so bad, you lose your car, you lose everything, and you're forced to come back in the situation, and you're forced to stare at this person who not only violated your body, helped get you strung out on drugs, helped keep you on drugs, kicked you out on the streets and stole your life savings, and you want me to look at this son of a bitch every day? Do you not realize it's only a matter of time before something happens here? Because I do. I'm fully aware. Absolute. Did he pay you for fixing up the place? Are you joking? He eats my fucking groceries, bitch. No offense. I'm not saying like bitch. I'm saying like bitch. Like, one of these days, I'm going to sit down and I'm literally going to do an autobiography. I have to. People cannot, I would have to write a book for people to conceptualize. People don't understand. He has milked me. He has milked me. No, he didn't pay for any of this, but he got his building all fancy for to rent out. He'll rent it out for $1,200 a month. This is actually legally my shed by law. It's funny you should mention that. By law, technically, he owes me enough money to cover every single property on this property, every single residential property on this property. That trailer ain't even worth $50,000. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Shit, when we really get down to the facts, this is my fucking shed. Just like that's my truck, and that's my truck, and that's my fucking house. It's ridiculous. I don't have anything because he used me as an opportunity to get richer. Saying I owe him money. I always owe him money. Eating my fucking groceries. You know, it's crazy. It's always been like that. It never dawned on me. And I guess for me, it was just like, oh, this is my family, you know, cooking for both of us and helping with his laundry, like, you know. And that's what he wants now. He wants me to be in that house cooking him breakfast. He wants the relationship that we used to have, the friendship that we used to have. It'll never happen. That person has hurt me more than any other fucking person in my life. And unfortunately, because of the fact that he may have bonded me out of jail, it's gift wrapped like he wanted to help me. No. He bonded me out of jail to have access to me. He bonded me out of jail to have sex with me. He bonded me out of jail so that he could get his claws into me and hold on to me for decades. He did not bond me out of jail to help me, baby. He bonded me out of jail to have access to me. People have got to reframe the way that they think about sex trafficking. Most people would see him bonding me out of a jail. But let me tell you something. If I was a CO and I would have saw him picking up baby Brooke, I would have felt bad for baby Brooke because I knew what baby Brooke was about to go through. It's crazy. Crazy. He also knows that I will not have, forgive a sex trafficker. He also knows that I will not have any physical relationship with him, and that's really pissing him off that I keep saying that. It really sets him off to know that, to know the truth. It bothers him. All he kept saying yesterday was, take those videos down, take those videos down. He does not even realize that if he would stay out of my fucking face, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. It's only because of him constantly subjecting me to the same narcissistic psychological torture and the same games, like the Wi-Fi thing that I was just talking about. It's not a big deal, right? Okay, it is for me because I make money from home. It is for me. This is my livelihood. I'm in the country. I don't have service. Cutting the Wi-Fi off is a way for him to try to cut me off from you. That is what he's trying to do by letting me live here. This is not a place for me to live. This is not a place where they're like, oh, come live here. It'll be great for you. No, this is a place to shut me up and shut me off from the world. This is a place to isolate me. To the outside world, to the neighbors, to some of you guys that are a little green behind the ear, it looks like this man is trying to help me. Not all that glitters is gold, babe. You really have to ask yourself why an 80-year-old man would want to help a 30-something-year-old woman. I can assure you there's only one reason. Hey, Maurice, I hope you're doing well. This is the man that raped me, that sold my body, that stole my body, that made money off of my body, that filled me full of drugs so that he could sell my body some more. He kept me medicated. He would take me every day to get heroin. He'd take me right now. I could walk in that house right now and be like, hey, I want to go get some dope in High Point. Will you take me? He would. He would. He wants me still on drugs. This is the person that kept me from getting sober. One of many people that kept me from getting sober. Some of y'all ain't been here from the beginning, and you don't need to be opening your mouths. I could walk in there right now and say, hey, I want to go get dope in High Point. And he'd take me. But if I walk in there and say, hey, I want to go enroll in school in Rockingham County, he'd be like, well, good luck with that. And then when I go to enroll, he'll do everything in his power to make sure that I have to drop out to keep me in this situation. These type of traffickers will never allow the victim to better themselves. And matter of fact, every time they talk about bettering themselves, the trafficker will belittle them. They will make it out that they're the problem. It's crazy because, like I said, I've been recording stuff for about 3 years now, and I don't know when I'm going to release this stuff. I don't feel like it's a good time to do it because I'm still getting victim blamed. So maybe after 2 or 3 years of the victim blaming and society starting to understand sex crimes as I do, maybe I'll share this information. I have receipts for everything I talk about. Like major receipts. So I just want to be clear that you're not going to come over here and victim blame. I'm sorry your father was a pervert. I'm sorry your ex-husband was a pervert. Maybe if you would have addressed that inside of your family, I wouldn't be standing here telling the world that your loved one is a pervert. The audacity of this man to think I give a fuck about his ex-wife down the road when that bitch is one of the main reasons that I lost my property. He cannot be honest to her about the money I gave him for this property. He was lying to her as he was stealing my money, and I think I'm forking over this money for property and land. And the whole time, he's taking that money and hiding it and telling me that it's going to go to pay off a debt that I don't even owe something for. It's crazy. Yeah, absolutely, Anna. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. No, I can't leave this town. I have to be here for court, Susie. These people want me here. Otherwise, they'd leave me alone, stay out of my fucking face, and let me work out. Let me be a homeless woman, and we won't have no problems. I had to spend money on a lawyer, 2 of them, to get these cases dismissed. So for those that don't know, I've been arrested twice on 3 different charges that I did not commit because people here in this town of Madison, North Carolina, do not like homeless people. They've banned me from the food line. They've banned me from the Walmart. I have nowhere to buy groceries. I have nowhere to buy groceries. Can we think about this from an inside perspective? This town of 2,000 people where everybody knows everybody, okay? They really do. It was told to me that his ex-wife got sent a text message with one of my videos and that his ex-wife and his daughter was watching my videos. Why? Why do so many people around here give a fuck about what I have to say? And why at the same time are they having me locked up for crimes I didn't commit and trying to have me barred from buying food? Let me be very clear to Barbara and what's her name? What's his daughter that he said I reminded him of? Sarah. Barbara and Sarah, let me be very clear. This town has created a system where I have to keep coming back here because they won't leave me alone out there. They keep pushing me. And matter of fact, the sheriff's department too. Sheriff's department keeps pushing me back into the hands of a sex trafficker. Who is your father and your ex-husband? And I just wonder why these people don't want to come out and defend themselves. Why don't the family want to come out and defend themselves? Why don't they have anything to say? Oh, because everything I say is true. I wish they would so we could debate this shit out. I would love to. I would love to. And you know, in all actuality, I actually don't believe that story. That's his story. I believe him for a minute. I believe that he's been sitting in there watching me like he is now. And I believe that he felt some type of way about the fact that I keep calling him a sex trafficker because he is. And he wanted me to take the videos down. Yesterday, he says, if you take those videos down, then you can stay in the shed and not freeze tonight. So I agreed to take 2 of the videos down. That will never happen again. Oh, he said he's going to sue me for defamation. The problem with that is I tell nothing but the truth, and there's receipts to prove it. So please do sue me for defamation so we can let this shit out in a courtroom, baby. Because I don't have the money. Otherwise, you'd be getting sued for $250,000, as I said from the start of this channel. I guess I'm going to have to wear these and hope that they keep me warm, y'all. I'm going to have like 2 pairs of pants underneath them. These. Trying to figure out what needs to be washed. Oh, that's another thing. I have no way to wash laundry now. Remember, I was barred from the laundromat because that shitty-ass laundromat owner who doesn't know how to conduct business properly because he had me banned out of the business. So now I don't have a way to wash clothes either. So, you know, that's another reason that I had to be here. How am I going to eat? How am I going to get food? How am I going to wash clothes? Can't do that. What about showering? I literally have no choice but to be here, and I psychologically cannot handle it. In the slightest. Not in the slightest. I can't even funk it and fake the funk if I wanted to, you know? It's really just impossible. I've tried. And every day it's the same shit. And you know, even though I say the same thing every day, please leave me alone until afternoon, same shit. And there comes a point where you realize that it's intentional, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't keep doing it. They would respect the fact that you're not a morning person. They would respect the fact that your basic needs have not even been met. What it is it's like these type of narcissists feel entitled to your time. They feel like, because I use this lightly. I use this so lightly. They feel like because they're letting you stay on their property, you got to be at their beck and fucking call like a fucking dog. And that's how they treat you. They treat you like a dog. You have no feelings. Your basic needs are not even being met, and you're just psychologically just all twisted. It's like your brain is scrambled eggs from the constant gaslighting and psychological abuse that you're being subjected to. God damn, why did I fucking delete those videos? Yesterday's videos were so good. Never again. And matter of fact, anybody that wants to fight me on this, I'm just gonna damn get louder. You're the problem with society. This is why victims don't come forward. 100%. Drink mixes, salt packs. This is all going to storage, so I better get whatever I want now. Because, yeah. Passport. Have to hide it. Have to hide everything around here. Head and shoulders, definitely gonna need that. And I'm actually about to take 2 Midol because my head's killing me. And I haven't eaten today, so y'all already know what kind of day we're gonna have, right? I do not have an appetite. I can't eat. For those that don't know, if I don't eat, I start to spiral, because food is imperative to mental health. But you know, that's what the fucker wants. So we'll spiral one last day, make him happy. I hope you're happy jacking off in there to my misery. Hope you're happy it's the last day you'll see me like this. You would think that someone that's so smart would understand to just leave me alone. But no, gotta poke the bear. What was it? Reactive abuse. Reactive abuse. That's where an abuser intentionally antagonizes the victim to get the victim to start screaming or shouting or acting out. And then when the victim starts screaming, shouting, and acting out, the abuser stands back and says, see, you're the problem. You're the angry one. You're the one with control issues. But the whole time, the victim was being antagonized by the narcissist. Interesting shit. It's amazing to me how the more I learn about psychology, the better off I am when it comes to getting away from people like this. And more often than not, y'all know I don't deal with anybody. I'm by myself. I don't deal with anybody. Good morning. I don't deal with anybody. Victim of herself. Honey, you wish. You know, a lot of people that get on here and spread hate, they ain't never owned shit, they ain't never had shit, they ain't never worked towards shit, they ain't never paid taxes, they ain't never bought a new car, they ain't never had a nice house. So of course they gonna hate me because I'm upset about the fact that I lost all of these nice things that I worked so hard for. You understand? And of course it's just easy to victim blame too. You know, there were times that I was so broke because of this intense, it was an intense like desire to pay him off constantly. So I stayed broke. Every week that I was ever a stripper, I paid him money in his hand. Every week. And more often than not, he would be asking for more money. And more often than not, I wouldn't even have money for me and my family. Like when I had my daughter, he would come over to Alamance County and milk me. It's crazy. Oh, and half of that money he took was for a debt, and half of it was supposed to go into a savings account, which... it's crazy. I gotta wash that. Might as well wash these too. There ain't nothing on them, but I'm gonna wash them anyways. You know, I woke up this morning. I was going to go for a bike ride. I went in there to cook breakfast. I get halfway done with my breakfast. This is what he does. Like, this is what's crazy is I've, like, been able to pick up on these behavioral patterns. I have a job, baby. Thank you. What he'll do is so he's noticed over the years through my behavioral patterns, narcissists, they kind of play off of your behavior at first. So the thing is I would cook breakfast in there, and then if at any point he'd come in the kitchen, I would stop what I was doing and I'd go back in my bedroom. The reason for that is that I am not a fucking morning person. I don't want to hear you breathe. I don't want to see your fucking face. I don't care if it's somebody I love or somebody I don't like. I don't care if it's a fucking cat. I don't want it in my face when I first wake up. You want to know why? Because when I wake up every day, the reality of having my life savings stolen and my body tortured and my kids taken from me, it's too much to fucking handle first thing in the morning. So I'm trying not to off myself. So if you could stay out of my fucking face, that will lessen the chances of me offing you and then offing myself. People that have never been through stuff do not understand how much stress is on a homeless person. Every day that we go to sleep, we get no sleep. And when we wake up, we feel like we got no sleep. And then living under a roof like this with a narcissistic person who is getting pleasure out of any kind of pain that they can implement on me, it's crazy. I'm not, it's crazy. So I go in there and I start making breakfast. And even though he's been up for like 2 hours, I can see his light through the back of the house. Even though he's been up for 2 hours and had plenty enough time to dump his trash, eat, whatever, I go in there to cook breakfast. And sure enough, halfway through making my eggs, I hear the door handle turn. And here he comes around the corner. Hey, da-da-da-da-da-da. I cut the stove off. I left the spinach in the pot, and I came out here with you guys. It will be like this every single morning. I will have no peace, no serenity. I'm going to go without eating. There's a shower right there, and I haven't even showered today because I don't want to be in there with him. I don't want to be nowhere near him. He's disgusting. It's the most detrimental person in my life that I've ever met. He does not realize that it is him. He is the cause of me talking online. He tried to make me take these videos down. Who's what? Oh, because your body was raped, right? Some of y'all are ridiculous. Some of y'all ain't got no skin in the game. Y'all be coming over here running your mouth, and you have no skin in the game. Don't tell me to calm down. Have you been raped? Are you going to be raped as part of payment for staying in this building? Then shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to have an opinion unless you live through something your fucking self. Otherwise, you're talking about something that you have no knowledge on, which makes you ignorant. It's absolutely bigger than that. Thank you, Amy Kins. It's absolutely bigger than what I can put into words, and people don't understand. Absolutely bigger. Okay, that's what I'm doing, you dumbass. That's what I'm doing. Riddle me this, Batman. Where am I going to get food? And what am I going to do about the weather tonight? Because it's going to be 48 degrees again. I am a victim. Let me just be clear, because y'all don't know. The man in that house sexually has abused me sexually for over 20 years. So I am a victim. This started when I was a teenager and he was almost 60 years old. That is my uncle. What do you not understand? Oh, he's absolutely sitting in there watching my videos. Half of them are deleted, because last night in the truck he got in my head. He's like, oh, this is affecting my family. Fuck your family. I don't even get to see my kids because of you. So I deleted them because I needed somewhere to stay last night. So I agreed to delete those 2 videos against my better judgment. That'll never happen again. Horrible idea. And here we are today doing the same shit that we've done for 7 days in a row. What has Brooke done this week? Not work. Not work. No, she can't do that. Nope. Every time she turns around, every time she goes to the bathroom, every time she wants to shower, every time she wants to get something to eat, she's psychologically re-victimized over and over and over. Once you've left this type of situation, you cannot go back into this type of situation. Your body will not physically allow you to go back into this situation after you escape this type of crime and domestic violence, because that's what it is. Y'all, ladies, pay attention to how it's only men that are victim blaming. Ladies, pay attention. You know, I think men are jealous of women that have vaginas. I do. I think most men think in their minds that if they had a vagina, they'd just be spreading that thing out everywhere. I think men are jealous of the fact that women have vaginas, and I think most men, if they had a vagina, they'd be prostitutes. And I think that that's why men victim blame so much. They don't understand. It's just sex. No, honey, you've been brainwashed by porn. It's not just sex. Sex is supposed to be a bond between 2 people that have a bond with God. Anything outside of that is the devil's work. I don't understand people. I need to pack this bag. Yeah, definitely. How about workout to relieve it? I can't work out. I got to move all this shit out of here. Who's got time to work out when you got to move all this shit? I wish. I'm not staying here and doing this every day. What I really need to be clear on is that I've given him opportunity after opportunity to work with me. I wanted to stay here because I need somewhere to work, and I don't want to die in the cold. I also wanted to be able to film cooking videos, but at this point, that's become impossible. He does not want me to film here. He does not want me to have cooking videos. If I stay here, I don't have a channel. If I don't have a channel, then I can't get myself out of this situation. He wants me to be a captive here, his supply, for his sexual pleasure. It's as simple as that. He wants me to stay in here, shut up, not have a career, not strive, not work out. He just wants me to sit in here. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. He's had access to me for 20 years. He claimed for 20 years he was trying to help me. At what point was the help going to come? Because all he ever did was hurt me. And now he's trying to silence me because for 2 years I've talked about his crimes. I came to this platform talking about his crimes. So now he finally has access to the woman that's talking about all his crimes. So of course he's going to try to use this building to silence me and break me away from my following. So a while ago I went in there and I said, so I can say if I just shut up and stop talking about these sex crimes, right? He's like, probably yes. He does not even realize that this was me giving him the opportunity. See, he's so dumb. He thinks that I need this. I don't. I would rather die in the cold, and that's what we're going to do. He doesn't realize that this was a great opportunity for him to not only rekindle what family friendship we have. But it would have been a great time for him to make amends with me. And maybe when he dies in a few years, because he's about to die, maybe when he dies in a few years, maybe I would have a different perspective on our relationship. But he is such a narcissist that he will never be able to take any accountability. All he will do is subject me to further torture, psychological and sexual, while I'm here. And I'm not having sex with that man. I'm not having relations with that man, as Bill Clinton said. It ain't happening. I've been clean for 5 years because myself. Y'all have traveled with me. Y'all see how I live my life. The internet led me back to this situation. They got me fired from my job. Fun fact, called my job, got me fired. So exciting. Lost my truck. Okay? And it put me back in this situation. I escaped this situation. I've been free for 2.5 years. Coming back here has put me back into a psychological place where I am a rat in a cage. And that is why I've been spiraling all week. I will never shut up about the harm that this person done to me. I will never be quiet or silent about the money that he owes me, about the property that he stole from me, about the land that he stole from me. This was a good opportunity for him to right his wrongs, but he's such a fucking narcissist. All he cares about is subjecting me to more torture and pain. The narcissist hates you. They do. The narcissist hates you. They're trying to destroy you. It starts by destroying your identity and your self-esteem, but they're always working behind the scenes to somehow interfere with your life. It's crazy. Absolutely, Richard. Have no choice. I gave him 7 days to leave me alone. 7 days. Every single morning he has been in my face starting a fucking argument. The lack of boundaries, the lack of respect. Yes, it's too much first thing in the morning to see someone say good morning to me. If it were you and you never raped me, it might be different. But to see your rapist first thing in the morning saying good morning. Oh, and just remind you that the whole reason I have to see him is because he stole all my money and he reneged on contracts that we had.